Hello! I am supposedly live right now, I think, for the third time in a week. I'm gonna die with all these streams. Anyway, we're gonna continue the track that I started yesterday. And actually, today I recorded a video of me composing this part, which you guys haven't seen. I'm gonna upload that video on Patreon, as well as this live stream is gonna be available, I think, only on Patreon after I streamed it here. The first part is gonna be available for free to anyone. Anyway, this is what the track sounds like for now. I love that part. Oh, I need to work on that. Okay, so that's the track. So for all the people who are gonna ask, hey, can I listen to what we're working on today? Just link them back to the initial part of that of this video. This is obviously a Final Fantasy VII Remake cover. Well, obviously, for those who didn't play the game. As a FF7 Remake cover, this first part I wrote it exactly as it was in the trailer, without sound effects and stuff. And now all that comes after, this is like my own arrangement of the original. So yeah. I'm just gonna go and just gonna roll with it. For those of you who are watching this from Patreon in the future, right now it seems like I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to people in the chat because I'm also live streaming. Anyway, okay, so I've composed this today, and now I have to continue. This is literally like, wait, where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, it's my favorite part. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Anyway, I need to, like, I've wrote down some things, although there's some empty spaces. I just wanted some placeholder melodies and stuff to be there. So this part, yeah, this part's completely illustrated. This part, okay, I need to work on that part. So here I did one thing where we have that glockenspiel. Where is it? So that's the main motif in this part. And I wanted to do a thing where it starts on a single instrument, like we can hear it on the strings. Like it starts on the cellos, then it goes to violins, and second violins. However, it's not very noticeable when I do that. So I think I'm gonna layer this somewhere, so it's becomes a bit more. We hear it more. So maybe I can do it here. But yeah, guys, as it says from the title, it says silent stream. It's not silent. I'm gonna talk, but I'm gonna talk to. Well, I'm gonna talk. I'm just not gonna read the chat. Sadly. Maybe I could do this. So I just. Yeah, that would be a good solution. Just do them on arc 1. Maybe I could do even continue this and go on even a higher octave, because YOLO. No, I don't want to do that. So here we go on the first violin's arc expression. What I want to do is to do like this. I'm gonna make it rise like that. Okay, I need to leave a note here for me. So one thing I like to do, which I haven't talked in the previous stream on YouTube, is I leave notes here. Like there's things that I need to improve in this track, and I know already I need to improve them, but I don't want to fret over the details right now. So what I do is I create patterns and I call them like the notes, mental notes I want to use for myself. So here, it's like increase string volume as they're the main protagonists. Cool. Also, let me split the track here so I know this is like intro, this is the second part of the intro, whatever. And then here, there's that part. And here, there's this one part. It's good, like, I like to leave markers because it's very easy to, like, whenever you're composing music, to go and really listen, like spend more time listening to the music rather than composing it. So I like to leave markers to say, okay, this is one part that I worked on. It's done. This is the other part. It's done. It's done. And then what I do is this. So I set a marker for each part. And then on the part I'm working on, I'm going to set that to start. So whenever it loops back, it's going to loop back to that part. You know? I'm not gonna go back and listen to the whole thing again. So I can, if I have the temptation to be like, oh, let's listen to what I wrote in loop forever, I cannot, because I just set the marker to start from the part where I need to start working on. And it's all about like making it easy for you to actually get shit done, and not, you know, just making it fun. Because like this, you know, this is work. Even though I love it and it's my passion, I need to treat it as work, or otherwise I'm not gonna complete as much music as I should. So anyway, here let's roll with this one. I think maybe what would help in this bit would be, at this point, like I want to add more definition to. What I could do is obviously use more strings or whatever, or increase the celesta volume, which would be a good thing to do actually in this bit. So I'm going to increase it a bit here. But what I'm thinking about is maybe add a synthesizer, because screw it. Let's add those bad boy synthesizers. These are the only synths that I like to use from Nexus Hollywood too. Like Nexus, so many people use it from the EDM music world. And they think, is it good for our orchestra? Like, is the Hollywood expansion good? And when it came out, maybe it was more groundbreaking, but now compared to many of the libraries you get for the same price, it kind of sucks. But, well, not that arpeggio, but there's some sounds in here that I grew fond of, and I started using them quite a lot in my tracks. Not that I wouldn't be able to recreate them or to create some interesting arpeggios, but, you know, when you kind of like a sound, even if it's a preset, and kind of it's a sound that you use a lot in your tracks, like, why not use it, you know? So Tron ARP. There's some presets here in Nexus that are basically some blatant recreations of arpeggios or like synthesizers from Tron Legacy, the movie, which has one of the soundtracks which are my favorites of all time. Like the Tron Legacy soundtrack, I don't know why. It's probably because it's a soundtrack that really challenges the status quo by using loads of synths as well as orchestras. It's one of my favorites because it's really groundbreaking. And there's some arpeggios there that are very, you know, characteristic of it. So Nexus Hollywood 2 has some presets that feature such arpeggios. And I pretty much ended up using them in my tracks, and I never stopped. So maybe I can use them here too. Why not? You know, it's Final Fantasy VII, so it's already kind of futuristic. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe not. Let's see. See, this is like Tron Legacy. Now there's some delay that doesn't work with my idea, so I need to tweak the time here. Nope. No. Yeah. That can work. Maybe ping pong. Yeah, it's ping pong. Maybe a bit less feedback. Maybe a bit of low cut. Maybe more feedback now. Okay, this is okay. This is cool. Needs more reverb in it because it sounds very close. So as I said in the previous stream, one way which I can make stuff sound a bit more far and distant is remove the low end. So that works too. And then here I want it to go 1 octave higher because YOLO. Okay, so there we go. Cool. Maybe I'm gonna add more reverb to this. And then let's see how it sounds like with the strings. Okay, it's definitely too loud. So let's reduce it. I love that part so much. It's so great. And here with the arpeggio, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do like the rest, pretty much. So there we go. We'll remove this. This goes 1 octave lower. There we go. And then we could keep that up. Maybe 1 octave lower. I should have, yeah, I think I'll do the low octave at all times because it's just good. This is one of those details that only I am going to listen, or only I am going to hear. So whatever, I added it because I don't know. Maybe I should learn to mix better so that my little details are gonna be way more hearable in my mixes and stuff. But anyway. That part with trumpets sounds like, I don't know, something out of a Zorro movie. Pa, 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 pa. No tengo dinero, Zorro. Now we need to, okay, the string part is there. This could probably be like, no, that's okay. Okay, I'm thinking, I'm keeping, what if I do, get it, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, something like, wait. Do I have, okay, I have an idea. It might work, it might not be worth anything. Let's see if I can actually bring it to fruition. do we have some cool articulations here that we can use? Oh, that sounds like horror music. But it's awesome. Ah, it's awesome. Damn, I cannot use that though. No, I'm not gonna use that. So anyway, my idea was I wanted to have some. Thank you. Just to give more accent to these sort of parts that we have here. Let me isolate the strings because I'm hearing too much noise. Nah, maybe I should. Move this down here and do spiccato octaved. Screw it, I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna group it and be like, hey, okay, add the note, like, I'm gonna say, check the violin, the single violin spiccatos. Like, I'm not convinced by those, so I'm gonna leave a mental note like that. And I'm also gonna increase the synth because I didn't hear it because I isolated it. Maybe I could add something else like I wanted to make this track simple, okay? I didn't want to add so many things, but I'm keeping getting ideas and stuff that I could, include. Oh, Tron Legacy sound. Okay, so. Sure. Okay. I could do stuff like this, maybe like do 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 do. But that would bring some low end that I want to have right now. I don't want that low end. I'm thinking of ways in which I can feel this part a bit more, because it sounds like it doesn't have enough definition for me. But I'm not so sure about that either. But one thing I like to do, like when I come back to a track, which is what I'm doing now, is like start by like warming up, because when I open up a studio, I'm always groggy. It's like when I haven't exercised in a few days, and I always start like by warming up by adding a few quick fixes to what I've wrote before. Okay, anyway, so I wonder what would happen if I would flip all the notes horizontally, like put them all in reverse. It sounds like something like, I don't know, from Satan. Greetings from not my college lecture this time. It's good. Sorry guys, I'm not reading the chat as much today. Okay, anyway. What needs work now is probably the brass. The brass doesn't really have anything going on. And I think that's exactly how it's supposed to be. You know, I didn't want the brass to be very dominant in this part, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember anymore. Maybe I could layer that though. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh no. Well, I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna layer the French horn patch with the 3 French horns from arc 1. So we're gonna do ba ba ba. What if I also double it on a lower octave? You're gonna be doubled as well. And maybe I could double that on bass trombone too, because yeah, for good measure. Good measure, you know, we want the loud, huge, extra sound. So adding bass trombone on top of that is like adding mozzarella on top of pizza. But like you already have one, but you put an extra layer of that because it's good, fat, and good. That's not good reasoning while composing orchestral music, actually. But let's see how it sounds like though, because we give a chance to everything here. We don't judge what we're writing, we just go with the flow and see what happens. Oh my god. Oh my lord. That sounds quite big. Oh, I also need to do this one. Oh, by the way, if you guys follow me on YouTube, obviously if you're watching this, you're following me on YouTube. Today I posted on my community tab a post that says, ask me anything. Ask me anything there. And I plan on making like a video, like a Q&A video, where I reply to all the questions that you guys leave me there. In like sort of like a talk show form. Not with a necessarily a tutorial, but I'm gonna give you replies to whatever you ask. I'm gonna try. I don't know, whatever. I cannot really reply to. And like, if you ask me what's the question of life, like the fundamental truth about the universe, I'm like, French horns. Man, this Nucleus bass trombone is my favorite frame from this vibrator. It's like sharp as hell. Yeah, boy. Mm-hmm. Right. Maybe if I reduce the expression slightly because it's just that strong. It needs to be tamed. Okay, in this part I will do the same thing. Like I'm doing that on trumpets. Where's my trumpets? There they are. This can keep on happening. Maybe on the French horn 3? I was trying to change the... I'm suddenly feeling like playing Final Fantasy. That sounds so much like Zoro. Dope. We do thoroughly enjoy this. What I would do is now is like to double this maybe, because whatever, this part is like a repetition of that. It's okay if we, for one time, do a bit of copy pasting, I suppose. Maybe not. Maybe I'm committing sin by doing all this copy paste. What I could do in this second half actually is spice up the bass. You know, just add a few more notes in the bass. So let me actually address that. So bum, something like that. So oh no, wait. So that people don't feel like, oh, you're just copy paste or whatever. It sounds the same every time. No, you change the bass notes and they shut the fuck up. No one is gonna notice that you change the bass notes, but whatever. One, two, three. I'm doing this because then if I change the bass line like this, it's going to be easier later when I write the percussion to kind of bring variation to the perks in this second half, you know? But maybe that's too much. I don't know if here I want to like keep on doing this. Maybe. One, two, three, one. Yeah, maybe I can do it again. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. And then here I do like a big old crescendo with my with what? Oh. I did something wrong there. Okay, cool. For those of you who want to see me composing, this is a cover again, but for those of you who want to see me composing original music, I made that search for on YouTube or Patreon, search for composing my biggest orchestral music or my biggest orchestral track to date. Alex Moukala composing my biggest orchestral track. That one is an original. There's also Alex Moukala Sci-Fi track from scratch. That's an original. Those are the two original tracks from scratch that I did. There's also like Alex Moukala Fantasy Relaxing Practice. It's another original that I wrote while streaming like this. There's a few out there. But I think like the biggest orchestral one is like the best. To this day, I think one of the best tracks I made. And the actual video where I composed that are sometimes there's like I think 7 parts because it's been like 25 hours. Some of those parts are freaking hilarious. Like, you know, it's just I was being so stupid and having so much fun. That's a great one. I'm having fun now too, but this is a cover obviously. So for those who don't want to see covers, for some reason, I don't know why. Ooh. That's fat. Jesus. That's so fat. That actually doesn't make sense. Also, I just realized I need to fix something here. I need to have an additional channel. Yeah, I need one additional channel on the string buses because so let's do basis arc. The Nucleus. That's the only thing I don't like about the Nucleus, which it can be solved, so it's not a problem. But the plugin delay like there's a delay in Nucleus. The attack time is very slow. It's much more slow than other libraries I have, and obviously that can be fixed in many ways. They gave you the freedom to do sample start. Like you can go here and say start the sample a bit earlier, whatever. But I don't want that. I don't want to lose information. So what I do is I use plugin delay compensation, but that means I cannot link Nucleus to the same mixer insert as other tracks that easily. Because, for example, now like the basses in Nucleus and the basses in Arc are kind of shifted. So what I need to do is to link those two different outputs. Where's my Arc bass? Wolfenstein. It's going to 10, which is this one. And for Nucleus, I'm going to say anticipate that by 100 milliseconds. See, now it plays well. But if I did this, it's like, vroom, vroom, you know, not dun, dun, but like, vroom, because Nucleus, Metropolis Arc starts a bit earlier than Nucleus, which starts a bit later. So you have that sort of like shifted sound. So if I say start it by 100 milliseconds before and link Arc 1 to another insert, now they kind of match. So now it's correct. We don't need all of that high end on here. I did this because I have a layer of Metropolis Arc 1 for the basses, which is bringing a lot of air. Like the reason why I'm using Arc is because it has a lot of air. So I don't need that air in Nucleus. The reason why I'm using Nucleus is that it has a little low end, so I just reduce that air with EQ. Oh boy, what happened? I think in that part I can stop doing the spiccatos, maybe. No, I'm gonna keep on doing the spiccatos. But here I'm gonna do the sustains. Okay. Maybe I can do portatos. That works a bit better. So these freaking strings, let's give them a look. This could be here. And I could move that melody to the first violins instead. So. That works a bit better in my book. As for the second violins, I need to be careful because these are not legatos. Okay, I need to fix that dynamic wheel, but first I want to add something else with the cellos, if I can, if I may. I'm gonna add the same line I have on first violins, which are these guys. Orchestration sometimes is all about that. Like, the things I'm writing are so simple. I mean, well, okay, maybe they're not simple, but they're like, they make sense. If I wrote the same thing on piano, you wouldn't be as mind blown at all. You know, you'd be like, okay, whatever. He's writing counter melodies on chords. What a big deal, you know? But it gets complicated when you have to make it sound like you have to think of like, okay, this voice goes here and this other voice goes there, and I need to tweak this dynamic in such a way where cello sounds actually convincing, whatever. That's where it starts to be like, you start to question why you even picked this as a way to make music. There we go. Okay, that looks like waves. Waves of strings playing over us. This could be a good place to use choir. Probably. I need to wait. I'm not done here. You start too early. Okay. Here I could totally do, instead of doing this, I could go to straight to like but these two are kind of grace notes, like, or notes you put there just to say, hey, this is I have a bit more taste than usual, the normal composer, so I'm gonna add 2 extra notes just to make it a bit more cool. You know, it's just yeah, like that. And here. Okay, because this is so high in pitch, guess what? We don't need it to be so high in volume either. And I keep on repeating this. This is like the foundation of like doing this. I'm only spending so much time on this because this in this part is gonna be in our face. So you can hide, like if stuff is hidden behind the whole orchestration, you can write it in a way that is not perfect. But if it's in your face, you kind of need to work on that, you know? Sadly. Anyway, I think I will tweak it more later, but whatever. For now, it's like that. I thought that it would be cool to add choirs to that too. To the. Not so high though. Maybe I can try using the Nucleus choir to do some sustains. But do they have legatos? Oh, sustained. Okay. it works, but here I want legato actually. But it's cool. I think it. That will work for chords. I want some legatos though, so let's go with Arc 1. Arc 1 Victoria Choir, which is the women choir, which does have legato. Arc 1 choir. It's gonna be loud as hell too, because it is Arc 1. So I need to set this to the list. I like it. I'm gonna add the man choir too. Oh wait, I lost choir Arc 1. There it is. Hey guys, to those of you who are on stream right now, maybe later we can do a track feedback live stream. Finally! If I have the energies by the time I'm done with the stream, which I don't know, honestly. But that would be cool. Hey! Okay, there we go. Let's do the same on male choir. Actually, not the same. I'm gonna harmonize. But the same shape. So purge everything here, just to be sure you're not sucking all of my RAM. Male choir. This is female choir. Choir women. Arc. So it's women 2. It's women 1. It's men 1. English is such a weird language. You would expect that this word reads like woman, like men, like woman. No, women. Why? There's many things I don't understand about this language. I just accepted them as they are, but when you think about it, it really doesn't really make sense. Core man and the man are gonna have the same dynamics. There we go. No, I messed up. Okay. Why is the male choir stronger or more loud than the female one? I wonder. No idea. Perfect. I can barely hear the choir at all. No bueno. We don't want that. Can barely hear that. Okay, let's increase some volumes here then. Oh, I can't. It's already at the maximum. Oh boy. I'm gonna suppose I have no choice but to increase the dynamics. Or later on with mixing, I can fix that. So guess I'll leave a note to myself again. It's pretty okay though. Maybe I can like do that and just remove the legato from here. Whatever. Let's get back to us, because I forgot what I was working on in the first place. Okay, so here there's gonna be no bass. And here there's gonna be the return of the bass. Like the return of the Jedi. But here I do need the bass. So I don't know why I removed the tuba. Let's put the tuba back where it belongs. Oh damn. Okay. And then here it goes like should come back. So let's see. Brass, basses, cellos. Okay, maybe we should add that on bass trombones at this point. But I'm gonna do. Bum, 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 bum. So at this final bit, I wanted to add a crescendo, and I want people to really feel that one, because this is an important transition. So I'm gonna use a flatter tongue, which is the strongest crescendo type that I know for brass. Well, where's the bass trombones? Okay. Now so much better. I need that on French horn too. Oh, there's that. Too short. Better. That would be amazing to have, actually. But do they have that on trumpets? I don't want that from the trumpets. Ah, it sounds awesome. Sounds pretty awesome. Now to enforce that, I need to do the same thing on the basses, I think. So instead of doing these notes, I'm gonna try. I don't know if it's gonna sound good. Or I could, for the, I don't know how many times I tried this so far. For the nth time, I'm gonna try to do the Metropolis Arc 3 low strings patch. See, we can do that or not. Low strings, give me a good old crescendo. I cannot hear the crescendo. Yeah, I think this time it's gonna work. So, get 13, I'm gonna send it to the same low strings as Flinkenstein strings. Open the corresponding patch from BR, so articulate. So I have all the articulations loaded. Strings low, perfect. I'm gonna call this basses short arc. And I'm gonna do a it's when you use sounds like this that it really starts to become cinematic, you know, because most people can write music with orchestral libraries and using sustain and staccato. Anyone can do that. Anyone understands how that works for the most part. For the most part. Some people don't even understand that, but that's the basic. When you start using crescendos, flatter tongues, whatever, rips, all those things to do your transitions, that's where people go, wow, that sounds like a movie. And that's why. I think there's gonna be some lag in the stream, by the way, guys, because I'm seeing now that my connection is not the best today. So sorry about that. But anyway, let's go with this. That sounds dope as hell. I love it. Cool. That's the good stuff, man. That's the good stuff. What is the tuba doing, though? I forgot about that completely. From this bit onwards, I'm gonna re-include the tuba, which we didn't forget about. Boo, 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 do, 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 do. Oh, it's so low. Okay. I had an idea. What if I do bum ba bum ba 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 bum, or something like that? So bass trombones. Bum ba boom. Dun 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 dun. Bum ba doo. I obviously need to do the same thing on every single bass instrument because they're kind of playing in a unison now. Where's my bass? Boom, 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 boom. That kind of works. Kind of makes sense there. But there's something I need to change. So this needs to change. This needs to change into. Not convinced. Okay, that's better. That's the next part. And then I also need to add the synthesizers back. Because I added them from the part before. I want to have continuity. Okay, with that sort of arpeggio there, not even arpeggio, that's a scale. With that sort of scale, you know, this is the end of this part. You know, and we have that. We added the crescendos. We added the bass that goes dung 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 dung. So everything is telling you this is about to end, and then the next part, because of that, is gonna sound awesome in the beginning. So you want to give yourself help for the next parts you're going to write by finishing the part before in a way that is like badass and bold, and it's gonna make people go like, "Oh, I wonder what comes next." You need to do that. I mean, you don't need to do that, but it's one way in which you can make a track sound better and just do yourself a favor. Now, I wanted to add one other detail, obviously, because if I don't add that, I'm not me. I'm not sure it's gonna sound good actually, but I wanted to add one rip. Okay, maybe this needs to be. Okay, what I wanted to add something. Yeah, the synthesizers before I forget. So you guys, where are you? Synthesizers. They're pretty much emulating what the strings are doing, so I can even just yeah, just follow that. And here they're following the bass trombone and everything. Maybe I can do something a bit different. So let me isolate this inside the bass trombone. And the synths, which are where or there they are. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'm gonna use the where is it? This here to open it up a bit more. Okay. So what I wanted to do is to, at the end, where it goes a boom, doo, doo, doo. I mean, I could do something like this and it would be crazy. I'm gonna do that very much more likely. I feel this bass is too loud. So let's reduce its volume. When you want some element to be like in the mix clearly, but you don't want them to be too loud, what you can do is to play on reverb and delay a lot. So here I'm going to increase the reverb. There's a maximum 127. So if I set the delay to 50, it should still be pretty okay. Do the same thing here. And also increase the feedback. And reduce this. Okay, now it's too much. I'm also going to add a bit of Valhalla shimmer here. Another thing you can add is distortion, but I'm not gonna do that right now. And yeah, let's save. Let's read some comments in the chat. For those who are gonna see this video later, I am streaming on YouTube right now. Thus, when I read comments in the chat, I'm talking to people who are watching it now. Oh, lots of you are just giving each other advice, which is amazing. What if the crescendo brass is panned right, left? Captain Voluntarist, the status layer. I try not to play with panning too much when I'm playing with orchestras. Because, as I mentioned in a video before, basically when you're panning an orchestral instrument from contact, those instruments usually contain some room reverb, because you see there's mic positions, there's close mic, tree mic, you cannot, these were recorded in a room and they include the reverb of the room in the library itself. So if you pan the instrument, the output of this patch on contact is going to pan the sound of the room itself, not only of the instrument, but the whole room. So when you pan too many things together differently, you're having a sound which is crazy, because you have the sound of a room in the left, one room on the right, one room, it's kind of crazy, and it makes your mix very hard to tame. And I didn't know this. A friend of mine told me this, and he's a guy who works with Hans Zimmer. So I'm like, okay, Hello to Daniele from Italy. Would love to see you record the latest Star Wars trailer that came out some weeks ago. Yeah, a friend of mine made it, Blakes. I could try that. That wouldn't be a bad idea, but I mean, I'm working on so many things like from Final Fantasy now. Thanks to you, I feel more legitimated to use FL Studio, pick orchestral music. Good. That's great, Daniela. Big fan of your work, and thanks for these live videos. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, there was like 5 minutes ago. Now it's good. Awesome. I'm someone just asking what library I'm using. The usual. You can check out the description, but mostly now there's new libraries I'm testing out, which are Metropolis Arc 3 and Nucleus. Watching while in math class. Can I get a bruh? Bruh. Is it worth to have Metropolis Arc 2 and 3 if you already have one? They're different. It's like, is it worth it to have salt? Is it worth it to have pepper and oregano if you have salt? Depends what you want to do with it. You're not going to use pepper and oregano in the same way as you use salt in your pasta or whatever. Arc 2 is like for the relaxing, deep, intimate sound. 3 is like, it gives you all those articulations like crescendo, fluttered tongues, and like clusters, most especially ricochet, and all those sort of sounds that are like very film music kind of sounds. While Arc 1 doesn't have that as much. Arc 1 is like the core, you have the core articulations like sustains, spiccato, a bit of crescendos there too and stuff. But I would Arc 1 is more like the epic orchestral sounds that you use for writing epic orchestral music. Arc 2 is like deep and intimate. Arc 3 is more transitions and percussion and rhythmic stuff. So depends on what you're after. If you're writing film scores, I would definitely get Arc 3 because it's amazing. Big fan too. I'm considering Patreon subscription. Raise, that's amazing. Thank you very much for considering that. If you get on Patreon, guys, you can subscribe to Patreon, and it's obviously it's like recurring monthly thing, but you can also like subscribe, download all the stamp packs that you want to download, watch all the live stream videos that are there, because when I do live streams, the first episode is for free on YouTube for everyone. The next episodes are only on Patreon. And then when you're done with that, which can be even the day after, you can remove the Patreon subscription, and it's not going to renew, and you're still going to hold and keep all the stamps you downloaded until that point. Keeping on pledging on Patreon and leaving the pledge there active is something you can do if you want to support me. And if you want to be able to download the things that I keep on posting, on a regular basis in the future, So, but you can also get it once, watch a few things, and then remove it. It's up to you. On your channel some days ago, I'm impressed by your skills. That's amazing, Isaac, and these are skills that anyone can get to with enough work. and with enough like patience, as you might see in my composing from scratch videos. Like it's sometimes I'm like, I'd rather die, you know. So just give me 1 second, guys. Just 1 second, real quick, and I'm gonna resume. Just 1 second. Okay. I should like, I don't know, have a message on my phone that tells people I'm streaming. Don't text me or whatever. I'm gonna reply later. I don't have that. Not good. How do you structure ostinatos? I tend to stay in the same key when I write one, but if I try chords, they kind of suck. I don't know. Alonso, now it comes kind of natural to me to write them in the way I write them. But it's a good exercise. You want to write ostinatos, for example. For example, here I have ghost notes activated, you know, which is one thing. You can go here on view. Wait, where was that? Helpers, note grid highlights. Oh no, ghost channels. Here on FL Studio, ghost channels, it shows you all the other notes in the tracks. So here you can see it's A, E, A, E. Well, this is a simple chord. Well, but this, you know, D sharp, C, and D sharp. These are freaking simple chords again. But anyway, if I wanted to write a arpeggio, I would first write a chord progression, and then use the ghost channel, and then through the ghost channel option, you can see the chord progression below what you're writing, and you can just input whatever notes you want in there, you know, like that. Or you can do motions in a way that, you know, are a bit more interesting, like this, you know. So write a chord and then just fill it with like motion in your arpeggio. Like pick a pattern, like, okay, like this, then one down, and then bam, and then bam, and then you redo it again in the chord that follows, and you kind of have yourself a nice arpeggio or ostinato to begin in, you know. And then as the more you do it, the better you kind of become. And another thing I like to do is like for ostinatos, I can show you here actually, since I'm at work now. There's some ostinatos in this track, like this one. This one. Basically, I repeat this 3 times, and then I do a variation. Or this other variation here after repeating 3 times. But this is just, you know, I'm just doing a pattern. It's like 1, 1 up, 1 down, 1, 2 up, 1 down, 1, 1 up, 1 down, and then 1, 1 down, 1 up. You know, it's like, doesn't move a lot. It's just doing something different. And then it gets back to what it was doing before. And here I also have this variation. But it's just after 3 repetition, variation. And as for the how this was written, it's like, it's a pattern, you know, so just use pattern and add variations after that. I don't always do chords. Sometimes I just do this. I didn't write this. This was Nobuo Uematsu who wrote this. But I either do chords and I arpeggiate through them, or I do, you know, whatever comes to mind. Hello, is this the continuation of the anime movie song orchestration? No, Ralph, this is not it. This is the Final Fantasy VII remake orchestration that I'm working on. The anime, game, and movies orchestration that I was working on the other day, I'm gonna continue it. I will continue it, but not today. Today I want to work on this one, actually. But that one is coming. Like I will finish that one. Anyway, I'll get back to composing now. So where was I? Where was I before I paused this? It's hard to stream and like get focused. Like one thing you want to do, guys, whenever you're composing is do not, for any reason, and I'm victim of this, and I fall into this trap so much, but do not, for any reason, get distracted from your job of composing the track. Put your phone away as possible from yourself, put it in silent mode. And I know this sounds like everyone says that, but I wonder what is the real actual advice to actual writing the ultimate banger. This is the advice. I swear to God. Put the phone in silent mode. Just put it away from your view so when it lights up, you don't even see it. It needs to be so away from you that you forget about its existence. That's how away it needs to be. And try not to distract yourself from composing, because whenever you lose focus from what you're doing, it takes around, I think, 20 to 25 minutes to get back fully in focus, fully in flow. So that's kind of the reason why I'm ignoring the chat in the live stream today, because I really want to get in flow. And I don't know, like, there's some people who can do live streams and be in flow at the same time, read the chat, and I cannot do that. So I'm gonna go back to ignoring you guys, and now you know why. Anyway, so I finished by adding the synths here. So this part. So what I would add here is, I mean, I could continue adding French horn. I could add the pa-pa-pa-pa on a lower French horn octave, but I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do that melody on strings. Like I'm already doing, by the way. But I need to do that more. So let's isolate the strings, because that's what I'm gonna have to work on. And we have that, beautiful. Now we need to have the same thing going on another patch maybe. Or I can do it in this patch too. This is a tricky one. Ooh. Okay. Ba-ba. Still not enough. This could be much longer. And I do think that I'm gonna probably need to like add some French horns. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But I'm gonna add like muted French horns, maybe. So well, first I'm gonna, there's so many ideas floating through my mind right now, because there's many ways in which I can address this problem of this part not sounding full enough. And obviously I need to remember the fact that I still haven't added any percussion to this part. So later there's gonna be I'm gonna be needing some space in this arrangement to add those perks, but I still feel that we could add stuff. What if I did this on tubas? Would that be a great idea? And what if I did this on, so I do this here, and then I also do that on tubas. So let's remove the trumpets, because they are obviously the thing that's gonna steal the show and steal our attention, but what's underneath it? Let's remove the first violin too. I don't like the way the tubas kind of add to this whole image. I was thinking of muted French horn, but I'm not sure. Wait, what is this sound that I'm hearing? There's a sound I don't like. What the hell is it? What? Wow, that sounds hideous. Like on French horn, so high. That's much better. Okay, it wasn't the tubas, it was the French horns. Another thing I could add that I haven't used a lot is plucked instruments. Or stuff like celesta, which is not plugged, it's more like a keyboard. Okay. I still feel like this part is missing something fundamental, except for the percussion, and I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna do a re-listening of this part just to get back in context. I remember what it was. Boom. Okay. It's a little bit more spiciness all over. I think what we're missing here is some proper tail and some proper tail in the trumpets, which kind of fade away so quickly. But I'm afraid if I add those, they're gonna just take over too much. Trumpets, short arc, which is already kind of low, like that. If I did something like this, just be too crazy. Or maybe not. I can't not think about Zorro when I hear that. It's just stronger than me. And maybe I do need to do this on French horn. Should give up and just do that. They're gonna be lower than that. This is the weakness of Arc 1, where it cannot go low, cannot go like quiet, but I need it to be quiet here. And I mean, now it sounds quiet, but really, like, it's actually just filtered, I think. I need some horns that are actually played softly, but still hearable. But it's such a, like, this is such a particular case. Like, in epic music, if you're writing trailer music and stuff, you might not need that. Like, muted horn and stuff. But this is slightly different from that genre. Even though we're still working with like loud orchestras. Okay. I could cheat and add choir here, but I don't want to. Here it was, like, increase the choir volume. And I could also add muted horns again, because why not? But these guys. Oh. Nah, that doesn't work. Control 3. There we go. That's sad. Nah. Okay, I think this part is over. And now I need to move to the other part. Oh boy! Okay, so here comes that. Ooh. I'm so tired. Okay. Okay, cool. Whew. Yeah, I'm beat. I'm beat. Bassoons are madness. They are. Okay. Sorry guys if like some messages are getting censored. I didn't enable, like there's some profanity like block in the chat. So if you swear, you say fucking or whatever, it's gonna block the comment. I need to, you know, I don't know if I want to remove it, if I want to keep it, but you know, it's there. So if you see your message doesn't pop up, it means like you need to remove the swears. Oh man, I'm tired. Oh boy, I've been working. Like I've wrote this whole thing. Well, I've wrote kind of from here to here. Today, yeah. But I want to keep on. I want to keep on. Let's see if I can do that. For the time being, we save this, and I'm gonna save it as version 3. Fucking works. That's good. You cheated the system, Johnny. Good job. Oh man. Okay, so here. Oh boy, I'm gonna die. How do I want to write that part? Let's start from the French one. What is forte piano? Okay. Start from the French horn. Man, this is too loud. Sounds a bit muted. It's because the dynamics are at minimum amount. Now it's better. No, it's not like that. Was that right? Damn phone. Stop calling me when I'm streaming. Damn it. I'm just keeping it there because I'm waiting a delivery actually. For music stuff. So I need it under my nose, which is bad. You don't want that. But, you know, deliveries. I think it does that. Okay, now it's better. And maybe here it does this. Maybe, probably not, but whatever. No, let's put it back up. Okay, so we got one. Let's do more. Let's do more. Bass trombone, maybe. Oh, I cannot hear it because it's not in the mix. I removed it from the mixer. It's amazing how everything sounds way more clear when the bass trombone is there. But what if I use one from Metropolis R1 for once? And okay. Here would be a good spot to use the choir once. Okay, this needs to be way louder than this. I like that. That's a mistake, but I'm gonna keep it. Where's the... Okay, these guys, louder than that, for sure. French horn 3, louder than that. No. Not sure about that bass notes. Blah, blah, blah. Boom, 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 boom. Sounds wrong to me. Let's use the almighty instrument that tells you straight away if what you're writing sounds like shit or not. The piano. G and C sharp, that's why. But still, even that doesn't sound so good. I will fix that later. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna just show you a trick now that is actually cool if you like get tired of composing for some reason. You know, your ears got used to listening to whatever you wrote, and now they cannot judge it anymore if it's good or not. I'm gonna show you a trick to you know, surmount that obstacle. But for the time being, let me just do this. What key are we in even, like? Okay, so depending on if I'm using the C or the C sharp, I'm just gonna be in two complete different modes in terms of the key I'm using in this track. I'm gonna go with the C. It might be C sharp, and if it is C sharp, it just sounds weird. Anyway, the trick I wanted to show you, if you got bored by writing whatever it is you're writing, okay, and you want a bit of freshness to your track, here's one thing you can do. You can shift all of the notes you're writing up by one semitone or down by one semitone, or even more, except for the percussion. You'll want to do that to the percussion. Well, maybe to timpani if you have those, but you know, whatever. In FL Studio, you can do that by selecting every channel you want to affect. When you go here and you say transpose selected, and you choose up one like by how many semitones. I'm gonna do minus one semitone, and this is what it sounds like now. So everything we've wrote so far, it's gonna sound different. Oh boy. Let's go down by one more. Pirates of the Caribbean. Obviously, you need to be careful with this because now I just loaded more samples in my RAM because I used nodes that I wasn't using before. But anyway, that's one way in which you can go about it, and it helps into just changing. Like the track is the same, the spacing between notes is the same. You just lowered everything by a few semitones, so it sounds a bit different to your ears. It has a kind of a different mood. And this is useful too. Well, like this is something I do when I'm writing, I don't know, maybe trailer music that needs to be epic. At the end of the track, I might like reduce everything by one semitone or two, and it sounds darker, usually more mature when I do that for some reason, because I tend to write in keys that are too bright. So when I go lower, it's like, whoa, wow, this is like growing a beard when you never had one. It's like, whoa, now I'm a man. There you get those sort of vibe. But it kind of depends on the track. I didn't get as much of that effect on this one. But other tracks I made where I did that, I'm like, hey, what? So, that works. But anyway, I feel I'm getting tired. Let me add one note here for myself and say, check the frigging bass. And I'm going to leave it in blue because it's something I need to do with urgency. So, check the bass notes. Okay. Let's do that. Everywhere. Tubas. I don't expect a tuba player to play so fast, but I'm gonna do bum, 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 bum. So we got that. Got the French horn. We could probably do this with my beloved Metropolis Arc 3 French horn patch. So this becomes this, and this becomes that. And that is loud as hell. Oh, that's why. I'm also gonna do a thing where I decrease the expression for the first time here. What I want to happen is I want the brass to sound as loud as the part that came before it. Okay, let's double this. Hey, what's wrong? Okay, let's double this. By the way, guys, if you like to watch people live stream composing, compose while doing live streams, 2 channels I recommend, which are way better than mine for this type of stuff, are Daniel James on Twitch, and also another one is Blackus on YouTube. But Blackus doesn't stream often, although on his YouTube channel there's like a stream he made where he wrote a Game of Thrones cover, which is out of this world. Like, it's crazy. And Blackus is the guy who made the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker trailer track. So it's really, 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 really great stuff. Daniel James, he's a guy who made some music from Metal Gear Solid 5, which is awesome, which was his dream, and he made it. And yeah, he makes these strings where he composes music, and it's fun and very good too. And it's way faster than me. And those are two streamers that you might want to pick. And I am. Maybe I can, yeah, do that. This one on trumpets too, because for good measure. So I don't do that on French horns, maybe. Or I do it here. I find one of the hard things is like when you compose, it's hard to maintain the same level of epicness everywhere. Like, okay, here the brass sounds awesome, I'm great, like it layered and everything, and then you have to write a new part and you have to relayer everything. It's like, and refining the right balance stuff. I don't know, it's hard for me for some reason. I don't, stupid, honestly, but it's one of those things, man. One of those things. Maybe I'm gonna actually do this. Because in this part, in the Final Fantasy VII, I remember the counter melody is a bit stronger than the main melody. What am I gonna do with the strings? What am I gonna do with the strings? Oh my god. Oh, nah. I feel like I need to take a break because I'm starting to feel uninspired, and everything I'm gonna write is gonna sound forced as hell. And then I'm gonna remove those ideas next time I sit down. So that's not good. They may be better live composers, but you're our composer. We're here for you. Oh man, you're gonna make me cry. That's thank you for that. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot. And but yeah, I think like no one's better than anyone. It's just yeah, I said better, so whatever. Yeah, you're right. Everyone is different, and everyone gives different value. Everyone composes music in different ways. So actually, I think people streaming is a precious thing because it gives people the knowledge that anyone does this in a different way, and it's good. We don't all have to do the same, to follow the same approaches and stuff. Anyway, boy. I am tired right now. I am. I've been composing since this morning. And I want to resume later actually too. But I feel now my brain is not giving me ideas anymore. So what would I add to the strings here? So okay, let me listen to this again. forgot about something here, actually. Hey, no, I just want to hear the strings. Okay. Okay. I have a friend. I have a friend who plays the cello, and he studies at the Conservatory of Bologna. And one time I sent him like one of my compositions, like the stems and everything. Yeah, oh God, it's tired. And he was like, "Man, I have to beat you up when I meet you." I'm like, what? Why? It's like, because the way you write for cellos suggests that you just want us to burn in hell. Like some of the passages I write don't make sense at all. It's like, you wouldn't be able you wouldn't be able to play this on a cello unless like without hurting your hand like a crazy person. So sometimes I write stuff that doesn't make sense. I'm quite sure that this like octave leap here is kind of messed. Like it's kind of like punishment for a violinist probably. But I'm writing for software, so I don't really care right now. I don't really care it. So why do you call it composing when it's transcribing? Doesn't composition entail ownership, or am I missing something here? Say again. I'm keywords, and I'm not transcribing actually anymore. This is just coming from memory and from imagination. There's so many things I've added here that have never been in Final Fantasy VII. However, this is arranging. So if we have to be technical, this is not composing, this is not transcribing, this is arranging. The first part, which is yesterday's, this here I was transcribing. This is arranging, and I call it composing because no one looks for arranging on YouTube. Composing, people look for that, and in the end, like whatever. Keywords, sadly, keywords, But yeah, like when you hear my covers, like there's so much content in them which is original that wasn't there before, and that's how I like them. Like I like to take tracks that influence me heavily as a composer, and to add my own personal twists here and there, and notice how much my ideas and my hands can improve, or not improve, but can like bring a track to another place that wasn't meant to be before. So that's kind of the long-winded answer, but there's no word to express that, I think. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here? Bum 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 bum. Let's do that. Funny how movies can be remakes or reboots, but music is always copied. Yeah, I mean, you had the Alex factor. You know, like when you make covers, I think you have to make them with the understanding that uh, at least if you're making covers for a track, no, if you're making covers, you need to make them with the understanding that uh, people will not understand what you did unless they are the people who know the track by heart, or they know the people who know the original, or people who wrote the original are gonna know exactly how mind-blowing what you did is, or how shitty what you did is. You know, it depends. But people who don't know the original content, but they know it's a cover, are gonna think you just copied it. It's just the way it is. Like, people are not gonna know until they listen to the original. And if you make covers, that's the downside. And obviously, you cannot say that you created it yourself 100%. So that's another downside. You can license it. You cannot claim ownership to it 100%. That's the downside. There's so many upsides to it. One is like nostalgia. Another is like it's easier to bring your style out when you're working on someone else's composition, because then you really notice what the differences that you brought to the table and stuff. It also brings you way more views and way more originals and stuff. Way more views than original stuff does, because people like Final Fantasy VII Remake is a way more researched